When I started this project, I had no idea how compelling the Petticoat Painters stories would be. I think their strength of will and determination has been the thing that I found the most compelling. I most wanted my daughter and her friends to see this film. And the reason why is because I don't think that young women today know what a struggle it was in the past for women to be artists and to realize their creative talents and dreams.
So in Sarasota, Florida, it would be even more difficult for female artists to be known.
It was the boys' world. My husband kept winning these prizes and he got money. And they hand me this piece of paper saying I had won first prize. And my heart goes thump. They don't think I'm a painter. And even if they don't, I'm due my $15.
Actually, I applied for a full-time position there and later found out why I didn't get it. They accidentally, I think maybe somebody in the office maybe did it on purpose, sent me the interview notes from the fellow who interviewed me, and he had all very positive, and at the end, in letters about that big across the paper, was 3 small children.
2 of our painters were abstract painters, and the one lived in New York, and they could not enter the abstract show because there were women.
At a show in Baltimore, a man came up to me and said, "Your work is very feminine." And he didn't say it in a particularly complimentary way.
Also surprising for me was some of the things they had to give up and some of the things they had to, some of the aspects of their lives that they had to ignore in order to pursue their art.
You know, a lot of artists who are women have to divert themselves from the traditional roles of being a wife and a mother and a homemaker and all of that if they want to really pursue what they believe in.
Oh yeah, we're all strong women. I think you have to be not especially strong, but determined, know what you want to do, be able to be self-critical, be able to take criticism, be able to carve out the time and not, you know, let other things get in the way.
Marty Hartman, she is a pistol. She's the founder of the Petticoat Painters, and when she started out telling us the story about how they got together and her saying, it's a boy's world, it's a boy's world, cracked me up. But it was a boy's world in her time. You know, the ladies, and that's what they were thought of, the ladies with the white gloves. They could take art lessons from the men, but they could never show their art with the men. And because she had sort of a unisex name of Marty, she won a prize with the men, and that's what started this, because they didn't want to recognize her. So her story is a riot, and her, yeah, she was the energy and the life and the push that got the Petticoat Painters started. And she's still with us, and she's still going to the shows, and she's still very proud of the group. And I adore her. I was ready to adopt her. But every dollar that you send in to back the documentary, I feel like is a way of saying to Marty, thank you for doing what you did. And let the world know your story and the story of the Petticoat Painters.
The art will never die because there's always going to be creative people, and they're not all going to be sitting in front of the computer.
When I get enough backing, I'm hoping I'll be able to share the Petticoat Painters story through film festivals and by placing the video, the documentary in libraries and on college campuses, and particularly here in Sarasota. I think that there needs to be a record of what they've done, who they are, and also this is a celebration of who they are. They're the longest continuously showing group of women painters in the United States. And this is the documentary about their 60 years of support and encouragement and being able to exhibit their work together. It's a very special group of women. They're all dedicated professional painters, and they have had, they've all been to art school, and they all have really devoted their lives to expressing themselves through their art. In the meantime, the Petticoat Painters are still painting, and they're still showing, and their work is still terrific. And I can't wait for everybody to meet them in the documentary and hear their stories and see their work, because I love their work, and I wanted everyone else to see it and embrace them.